Guys, what's up guys? Your driver Mike here, back with another live stream, back with an unpredicted live stream because we normally do one every Saturday, but it is Monday. Happy Monday. And there is massive news going on in the Uber community. Massive, oh my God, news that's happening right now in your Uber driver app. Everybody nationwide, check your Uber app. Every single person that's an Uber driver right now in at least the United States, I'm finding out. This is brand new. Check your app because there is a download available, and that download now gives every single driver in the nation in-app tipping. It's live today. We were hoping for it maybe this week, and I was thinking it maybe today. But as part of their 180 days of change, it's in San Diego. Steven, thanks for joining. It should be, guys. It should be in San Diego, New York, Texas, any state, any city in the US. Right now, guys, check your Uber driver app. I just checked here. I had a little bit of time, and I had that update, and Uber said tipping is available nationwide. And if you saw the second part of this title in this live stream, guys, not only is in-app tipping available, Uber is matching dollar per dollar your tips received for a full 24 hours. William can confirm it's available in all Canadian cities as well. That is awesome. Thanks for joining, guys, by the way. This is a breaking Monday Uber story. Guys, I see people joining. Share this, like this, get this out there, tag people, send them this link for this live stream. In-app tipping is available nationwide in the United States, and we got confirmation of Canada as well. Your Uber driver app has an update available, and that update gives you in-app tipping. You have to opt in for whatever reason, but make sure to opt in for in-app tipping, because not only are you getting in-app tipping, but again, Uber announced that as part of the National Day of Tipping, they're calling it, tomorrow, Tuesday, whatever date it is, tomorrow, Tuesday, Uber is matching dollar per dollar your tips received. So I'm probably gonna get out there a little bit more. If you drive weekdays, maybe you wanna get out there a little bit more, a little bit earlier, drive those airport runs in the morning, maybe drive a little bit of a bar rush later at night, because Uber is matching those tips, guys. Let me know where you're viewing from. This is huge, guys. Shout out from Pittsburgh rideshare driver Jimmy. Thanks for joining, Jimmy. I'm not too far away from you. I'm in Monroeville right now. But you know I'll be going online here possibly today, definitely tomorrow, to get some of that tip matching. Francisco, thanks for joining. Yeah, for whatever reason, guys, you do have to opt in to the in-app tipping, as we've seen. Philadelphia, that's right, Francisco. We have it now, guys. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And again, update your Uber driver app, because I want you to make extra money, because it is now available for all US and Canadian markets. Plus, we got an announcement that Uber is matching tips dollar for dollar tomorrow, Tuesday. Again, whatever date that is. I don't have my phone's live streaming right now. Oh my gosh, guys. What do you think? How excited are you? How much is this going to increase your income? Now, I drove this past Saturday. We did that live stream. And if you're new to the channel, by the way, live streams every Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do a live stream talking rideshare, Uber, Lyft, maximizing your profits. Consider subscribing, guys, and joining every Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I was driving Saturday, and I actually did 99% of my rides on the Lyft platform, which was really interesting, because as you guys know, basically it's mainly Uber, because Uber is the one that surges more. Now, this past Saturday, I was taking 99% Lyft rides because Lyft was prime timing more. And we saw articles that Lyft is taking market share away from Uber. So if you don't currently drive for both Uber and Lyft, you need to, because I'm seeing trends where Lyft can make you some more money. So if you haven't signed up for either platform, make sure you're doing both to get as most money as possible. Francisco, why are they matching and for how long? Great question. Guys, Uber is matching your tips tomorrow on Tuesday, dollar for dollar, because everyone now has in-app tipping. Francisco out of the Philadelphia market just asked why and for how long. For only 24 hours. Starting midnight tonight, 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, going until 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on Tuesday night. That would be Wednesday morning. So they are matching your tips dollar for just 24 hours. And why? They're doing this because they finally have added in-app tipping nationwide and through Canada, and as part of what they're calling a National Day of Tipping. Guys, if you like in-app tipping, if you appreciate this live stream that we're breaking it to you live, it just happened here this afternoon, can you leave a like on this live stream? I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thumbs up for in-app tipping, and thumbs up if you guys appreciate this content and live streams on the channel. Comments are kind of blowing up, guys. What do you think? In-app tip. Thank you. I see some people liking the live stream. Really appreciate that. And again, we live stream every Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to answer your questions, to have a round table with other drivers. And we have some pretty interesting subjects that we talk about in this live stream. 5 likes on the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. What that does is not only show me that you like these live streams, and it encourages me, because I can jump online and go live, you know, whenever I see something that's important to you. And that's what I did here. I saw my Uber driver app have an update. I was crossing my fingers. I'm like, oh my God, this may be it. I downloaded it, jumped right back in, and it gave me that screen to opt in for tipping. I was super pumped, and you know I was going live for that. So if you leave a like, that shows me that you guys appreciate when we go live. Also, if you're new to the channel and if you haven't already subscribed, hit the bell notification. That'll give you notification on your phone when I go live, so you don't miss it, and when I upload new videos. It also gives you a live reminder, because again, I go live every Saturday, so it'll give you a reminder on your phone to give you a heads up when we go live. Francisco, you think Uber and Lyft are going to keep outdoing each other? Hopefully, because if they keep competing with each other, it's going to benefit us. And guys, you knew this was coming, and it's finally here. And I'm sorry, we have a very bad connection, so I apologize if some people drop off here. Jump back on if the connection improves here. I apologize, we're in a kind of a bad service area here. But the more and more Uber and Lyft competes, hopefully what we'll see here in the next couple of weeks is increased rates. That was the other thing that I was hoping for, in addition to this in-app tipping, was increased rates, so hopefully we see rates increase. Malcolm says it will start 12:01 local time until midnight local time. That's a good point, guys. This is brand new, so in the messaging that I saw, it said Pacific Standard Time, but Malcolm comments it's 12 a.m. local time. So follow me on Twitter at YourDriverMike. I'll post that blog from Uber that it says exactly when this is, and we'll let you know. David, thanks for joining. I saw you in another live stream, I believe. Wow, thanks for the info. Hope they do too. Lyft, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Hey guys, we know that Lyft, I should get some props in here, guys, here. Lyft, well, this is the old one. We know that these guys match, my Uber one's too far away, but we know these guys match a lot of what Uber does. So what do you think? Wouldn't that be kind of cool if Lyft's like, hey, Uber's doing this daily, this National Day of Tipping, we should probably match tips as well. Otherwise, we're going to lose a lot on this one day, and probably a lot more momentum in the next coming weeks, because drivers are like, oh, hey, now the competition's really on, because whoever surges more is who I'm going to take, or if surge is identical, the tiebreaker was tipping. Now Uber has tipping, so drivers are going to be like, well, I may jump off of Lyft and go back to Uber. Dano, hey, thanks for joining again. Dano joins us on a couple of the live streams. He says, hello everyone, just logged on. Thanks for the live stream, Mike. You got it, guys. We still have 8 people on here, 7 likes. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're just joining, if you can hit a like, I'd really appreciate it on the live stream. Gets us to more people. And if you're just joining, in-app tipping is now live for your market. It is live nationwide here in the United States. It is live, I'm being told, in Canada. If you're in other international markets, we'll have to check. And again, on Twitter, I'll post some articles from Uber about this. But US and Canada are... Guys, I think we just lost the live stream. I apologize. I think we're right back here. Again, we're in a bad service area. I appreciate you. I think we're back. I think we're back, though. Malcolm, with the in-app tipping now available, can we still get cash tips? You can. I mean, Uber and Lyft can't really say, hey, we don't want you to accept cash tips. I mean, they can't really police that. And rare, but I have received cash tips on Lyft. So you can receive, hey, we have 10 people in this live stream, 8 likes. Can I get a like for in-app tipping? Because you now have in-app tipping. Just update your Uber app. But Malcolm, you can still get cash tips, guys. Don't worry if someone wants to tip you in cash. Because remember this, guys. In the 121 markets that were previously added to this list, passengers had to have their Uber passenger app updated as well. So you may opt in, you may update your app, but the passenger may not have updated their app. So they may not even see the option for them to tip, okay? And in that case, they may always tip with cash. Hopefully they always tip. You can still accept cash, you know, because it's one part of the puzzle for us to update the app. The other is for them to update the app. So guys, if you're just joining, you now have in-app tipping in all US and Canadian markets. What do you think, guys? Any other questions? I'm pumped. And I hope you guys are excited too, because you may ask, all right, well, hey, they added in-app tipping. Great, rates still need to be higher. Yes, I know that's apples and oranges. You know, the rate dialogue is over here. If we just singularly look at tipping right now, tipping's gonna get you more money. You know, and if you drive for Lyft, you know this, because, you know, if each are the same, if the rates are the same, you still made more on Lyft because of tips. I made 10% of my earnings this past Saturday from tips on Lyft, because the option was just simply there. So now you're gonna get the same thing on Uber. So you can basically make 20% more money compared to if they didn't have tipping at all, because you can now tip on either platform. So what do you think, guys? Any other comments, questions about in-app tipping? What you need to do? How to get tips? What questions you should be asking about tips? 10 likes on the live stream, guys. I really, really appreciate it. That's awesome. Any other questions? In-app tipping is now live in the US and Canadian markets. Again, follow on Twitter at YourDriverMike. I'll post the actual Uber blog post that they put to announce that change. And again, Uber is matching your tips $1 for $1 tomorrow on Tuesday for 24 hours. Jimmy, should you ask the customer to update their apps? You know what? Tomorrow, I kind of would. You know, tomorrow I think it would reward you to be a little more aggressive, because they are matching tips for 24 hours. Hey, Richie, thanks for joining. Richie joining another live stream. James, but I get more calls on Uber, almost a 5-to-1 ratio. Yeah, and that makes sense, because the latest numbers we've seen show that Uber still controls about 70% of the market, and Lyft has about a 30% market share. So yeah, you'll see about a 3-to-1, 5-to-1 ratio for Uber versus Lyft. But going back to the question, Jimmy, should you ask customers to update their apps? Again, today, tomorrow, yeah, it may be worth it. And again, it may be worth it to be a little bit more aggressive. Don't pressure, don't be too aggressive, but be assertive and proactive. You can say, someone gets in, hey, how's your day going? Great. Good day so far, and you have some small talk. Find a way to maybe insert it in a conversation. If they ask you how your day's going, and they will. If they ask you how your day's going, there's your chance right there. Say, oh, you know what? It's actually doing really well. Uber just added in-app tipping today. And previously it was only for certain markets. But if you update your app as a passenger, you can now, if you would like, add a tip at the end of your ride. And just say that. Don't ask them for a tip. Do not ask them for a tip, because you're basically selling them on the option of tipping. You don't want to tell them the tip. You want to sell them on the option, and then have them choose that they want a tip. And again, now's the time to heighten up customer service just a little bit, to do some little things good and to get that tip. So again, here's what you're going to do. They're going to say, oh, hey, how's it going? Good. Is it busy today for you? Or how's your day been? When they ask you that, say, oh, actually it's been well. The rides have been great, but actually Uber just added in. Okay guys, I think we keep losing the live stream, and I apologize if we do. Again, I'm in a real bad area here for connection. But what I was saying was, passengers aren't going to run out and go down the app. They have other things to do. But if you mention that to them, they may just do it. And for passengers like myself, I always tip, but I don't really want to carry cash. If I can do it in the app, it's a lot easier. So they may appreciate that. You can tell them that too. Say, hey, actually, you don't even have to worry about carrying cash now. Should you want to tip, you can now easily do so within the app. Boom, there you go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Sounds great. Uber 8000, Kenston, thanks for joining. I appreciate that. Tipping is now live in your market. James Miller, I got $20 tips the other day. That is awesome. Congratulations on a $20 tip. Dano, how often do you get $20 in tips? I've gotten 3 in about 130 rides. That is awesome. That's a lot better than me. I've gotten about 2 or 3 $20 tips in a ton more rides. It may vary. I drive a later shift hours-wise during the bar rush. If you do a lot of airport runs, I think you can really get some great tips. If there's good conversation, good service level. Because airport runs, some people are traveling for business and may be more inclined to tip bigger amounts. David, keep rocking, gotta get working, make a quick sign to help. You can do that. Let's see. I'm trying to visualize some signage here. You could, if you want to, I don't know, I don't like a ton of signage here, but if you want to make a sign for tipping, I would say tipping now available in the Uber app. Update your app to access this feature, or say passengers, in-app tipping is now available. Update your app to access this feature. I don't want to just say update your app. It sounds kind of like, hey, update your app. But you can make it like, to unlock this feature or to get this feature, because it kind of sounds like something special, like a secret feature or some special feature. Like, hey, you don't have this feature unless you update your app. So you can do it like that. You can say, update your app to access this feature or to unlock this feature. Because again, passengers do need to update their app to get in-app tipping. Technical difficulties, Mike. Richie, is the sound working out? Keeps going offline. How's it now, guys? Are we okay? Technical difficulties. How we doing now, guys? Are we all right? They're saying I'm still live, so let me know. Yeah, we've been knocked off a few times here. I'm getting very bad connection now. When it tells me I'm offline, I jump right back online and it continues the live stream. So I hope that we're okay, guys. Francisco, on CBS this morning, they were talking about how the hours allowed for driving And according to them, Lyft is 14 hours and Uber is still no cap. I found some articles about that, guys. If you're interested, I can post them on Twitter about the parameters of how long you can drive and what the timeout window is for driving. William, thank you for joining the live stream here. Choppy. Okay, I'm in a parking lot here at work. I can see if I can move to another location here. Yeah, unfortunately, we're in a bad service area, guys. Do you recommend having water and or candy for passengers now to get more tips? I don't. Still, the out-of-pocket expense, you know, and you may find that a lot of passengers are taking those without receiving tips. You can try, though, because this is completely... All right, we're back. We're back, guys. We're back. Give me confirmation if you can hear me okay. We are back. I moved down the road. YouTube did kick me off that last live stream. My phone actually overheated and there was bad connection as well. It was the perfect storm, guys. And this is an iPhone 7. This is the newest one and it's still overheated simply from live streaming. It is hot today. It's 88, but we have the air on. So let me know if the sound here is better. The phone overheated and we lost connection. So hopefully we can get some of you guys back here. Slowly but surely, hopefully you guys join back here. If you're new to this live stream, what we were talking about was in-app tipping, which was live. Great now, that is awesome. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can put it back on this mount real quick, guys. One sec. Okay. We're using our GorillaPod Pro to wrap this eloquently around the steering wheel, which is so simple to do and is not annoying to watch at all, I'm sure. I jumped right back online, guys. I'm sorry this wasn't set up already. There we go. Nope, we're falling. Okay. Come on, stay in place. Stay in place. I'll just hold it. I'll hold it. How's that sound? Okay, good enough. So yeah, we are back and yeah, connection was bad and the phone overheated, which was fantastic. Oh, now I'm getting crushed with sun here. So what we were talking about, guys, is in-app tipping, which is live in the US and Canada, and Uber is matching your tips dollar for dollar tomorrow on Tuesday for only a 24-hour period as part of what they're calling a National Day of Tipping. We'll pick up where we left off. We're talking about, should you ask passengers to update their app? Because again, passengers need to have their updated app as well as drivers in order to access the tipping feature. So like I said, what you want to do when they ask you how your day is, just say, oh yeah, it's going good. Uber actually today added in-app tipping, which I think a lot of passengers were asking for. Mention that. Say, you know, which was great because I think a lot of passengers were asking for that, because that's going to make them feel a part of the larger consensus, because they're going to be like, oh, well, I wasn't really asking for that. I didn't really care. But then they're going to think, oh, well, you know what? If everyone else is asking for it, you know, I guess that would be nice. Or there's going to be a group that's going to say, well, actually, yeah, I was really asking for that because I hate carrying cash around to tip. And that's probably what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, you know, that's actually pretty neat. The reason I typically don't tip, even though I want to, is because I don't carry cash around. So you can sell that. You can say, you know, now you don't even have to carry cash around because you can tip in the app. NJ Fuller Brushman, thanks for joining the live stream, and I appreciate that. NJ says, good idea. Are we staying? Are we staying? Not. Oh, no, we're still falling here, I think. Yeah, we're falling. Okay, I'll hold it. So yeah, guys, to answer the question that we had, should you ask passengers to update their app? Probably. Do it gently like that. Just mention it in conversation. After that, after Tuesday, because after Tuesday, they're not doing the matching. You'll still have in-app tipping, but Uber's not going to match you dollar for dollar. You can still mention it because this is going to be new to everybody. Just, you don't have to be as assertive. You know, you can just mention it. Oh, recently Uber added in-app tipping, which was really nice. I think a lot of passengers were asking for it. As you more convenience, because you don't have to carry cash around should you want to tip, etc. And you can say that. Say should you want to tip, or if you like to tip. Don't say like, you know, when you tip, inferring that they're gonna tip. You know, I'm sure we would like if they tip on every single ride, but you know, it's not reasonable to expect that. So just say that. Should you tip, or should you want to tip, if you would like to tip. And if they say, well, hey, I thought tipping's not allowed on the Uber platform, you can educate them on that. You can also say, you know, if you'd like to tip in cash for whatever reason, you can also still tip in cash. Francisco, passengers are still somehow going to make an excuse on why they can't tip at the moment, even though there is no excuse to. Yeah, and that's fine, guys. You know, if someone doesn't want to tip, they do not have to tip. They shouldn't feel pressured to have to tip, because we know not everyone's going to tip. You know, whenever we use a service provider, do we always tip? Me as an individual, I would like to think I always tip. My barber, yes. My drivers, yes. But I don't know. You know, not everyone tips all the time. That's okay. You don't want to make someone feel pressured. It should kind of be a reward. You know, not as much mandatory. So if they come up with an excuse, you know, I wouldn't really push them on that. NJ, have you received any tips yet in-app? No, this actually just released to the Uber platform like an hour ago, maybe less. I don't know. All I saw was it was announced this afternoon, and I have a lunch break here at my day job at work, and you know I'm going online, live rather, to talk to you guys about this. Hey, if you're new to the live stream, if you were watching the last time, can you leave a like on this live stream? If you like in-app tips, I know that's an easy thing to like, but can you leave a like for in-app tipping, or if you just appreciate the live stream? If you appreciate the content on this channel, if you can leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Gets us out to more viewers. There we go. I'm pumped today. I'm excited today for the in-app tipping. I'm sorry, I can't even talk. New Jersey got it about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you guys must have been in the 121 markets that got it. Yeah, 121 markets, and we did a video on that. Here, I'm gonna turn the engine off. I think we're getting some shake there. It's on the steering wheel. But 121 US and Canadian markets recently got in-app tipping, and now the rest of us finally got it here. I'm glad they did it, because I was worried it was gonna come towards the end of the month, and at least we did it here in the last couple weeks of the month, so we can start earning more. And again, you guys can expect, just from today's announcement, from Uber's announcement that they added in-app tipping, you basically got a 10% raise, okay, in earnings. You're basically gonna earn 10% more every day when you're out there. Now, there's no guarantee. I'm not guaranteeing you're gonna earn 10%, but you should, as long as the service level's there. You know, they're gonna tip for good service, so make sure that customer service aspect of the ride is there. Being professional, clean car, knowing the routes and all that, make sure that's there. Francisco, it's still funny how Uber has to ask you if you want to accept tips. It's a no-brainer. I don't know. Would you like to earn more money? Would you like to be rewarded for having a clean car and good service? Would you like to be rewarded for knowing that shortcut locally to get you around the traffic to drop off your passengers in time for their show? Absolutely. Absolutely, as Francisco says. They don't really have to ask us if we want to opt in for in-app tipping. But for whatever reason, there's an opt-in screen. And actually, I think someone mentioned this. Another YouTuber mentioned that it may be a legal thing, you know, if you're on the exchange lease program, or if you're on some kind of other leasing program, maybe this is a legal thing they have to do. But for whatever reason, you know, they have to do this. It's probably like a terms of service thing. You know, it's probably the same as doing a terms of service update, because Lyft, you know, we've already acknowledged our terms of service, and within that is tipping. So maybe this is like, you know, just their way of doing an addendum to the terms of service, maybe. Dano, so we are no longer 4-star in riders since there's a tip in-app tipping now. where before we would say 5 stars for tipping passengers. I don't do that, but that has been a strategy, and I've heard even worse. I've heard some drivers that would 1-star passengers that didn't tip, and then, you know, of course, it lowers the average rating for passengers in your market. And then drivers necessarily probably wouldn't take some of those passengers because they would see a lower rating come up, and that would indicate that they don't tip or they have, you know, there's bad behavior there. So that's that strategy. But, you know, everyone's different, of course, when it comes to ratings. So I got to go here in a minute, guys. Any other final questions about in-app tipping? Hopefully the rebroadcast, if you're watching this on the rebroadcast, I hope this isn't segmented into a bunch of videos, because we did lose the stream a couple times there. But to make it easier, hopefully this is still in one long video format for anyone watching. That's not right. Jimmy, what's not right? The ratings for passengers? That rating strategy, is that what you're referring to? I have another bad connection here, guys, but we are going to go here in a sec. We need to start this engine up here again, because again, it is hot. It's like 88 today, guys. Any other questions, comments before we go? Well, guys, again, tomorrow on Tuesday, Uber's matching your tips dollar for dollar in basically every market now. So update your Uber driver app. Gently remind passengers that they will need to update their passenger app to tip. And that's about it. Francisco, let's see. Francisco said, yeah, he 1-starred some passengers who didn't tip. Yeah, again, I've heard some strategies, you know, drivers doing that. But yeah, guys, that's about it. Update your app. Gently encourage passengers to update their app, because then they'll tip. And Uber is going to match your tips dollar for dollar tomorrow, Tuesday, for a full 24 hours. So let's bump up the customer service level. And yeah, guys, if you appreciate the live stream, leave a like. Subscribe if you have not currently subscribed. Check me out on Twitter, because I'll be posting more about this on Twitter. And we got a few extra special things coming on the channel as well. Some things that I'm very excited about, and I'm not going to give too much more away on that. So that's all I got. Your driver Mike here, guys. Really appreciate you joining the live stream here. We have a ton of conversation here. Kalanick would never have gone for any of this, Dano says. Well, yeah, part of the decision making in the past led to the need for a lot of changes now in the future. So this is definitely a positive change for drivers, and it was something that easily could have been done. Lyft's been doing this for years, and I'm glad that they finally added this. Jimmy, thanks for the advice. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate you guys joining the live stream here. And that's about it, guys. So hit me up in the comments section if you have any other questions, and check me out on Twitter for more. Thanks, guys. I will see you guys later.